All right, I'm here outdoors doing my foundups. What are foundups? Foundups are ideas, a founder with an idea, solving a problem, improving the world, making your community a better place. That's a foundup. I've been launching foundups. They're not startups. Startups is something that seeks to make money. Foundups seek to solve a solution, and they may evolve into a startup or they may not. But for example, this right here is my salad garden, right? Everything's edible, pretty much everything's edible. There's some flowering plants in there that aren't edible. There's, all sorts of stuff growing in here. And I can come out here and I got some lettuce. So I got like little greens over there. I can eat these leaves here. That's some garlic. Here's rosemary, fennel, I've got fruiting trees here. This is wisteria. You can eat the flowers. This is a white wisteria. It hasn't flowered yet. I grew it from seed. Hopefully this year or next year it's going to flower. This is American cherry. You can see the cherries, all these cherries starting to grow on here. Really nice. Got a nice ground cover. I've been working on a bed today. That's actually an apple tree. I took the top, so whenever the apple tree grows up top, I clip it and I put it in there. This, for example, I did this. This actually broke off by mistake, but this was a big old branch I stuck in there, and that's the cherry tree, American cherry tree right there on there. This is an edible spring flower. I've got some sage growing up on the side. This is blackberry. I'm gonna basically grow it around this thing, and I put in this fencing system here. So pretty low maintenance. I put in some ground cover. I had this ground cover in the middle of the path. You can see it's all nice and clear. Now I'm actually doing the beds. I'm probably going to do this bed all the way down here, and then prep it for something that I'm going to put in there. So, and my trusty little van on that. So, we are in a climate crisis. And the more we do, this is all grown. These are all little babies growing up trees now. These are those loquat trees. Here's my apple tree. Lots of apple flowers on it. I may have apples this year. You'll notice here's that piece I cut. I probably cut this piece too. You can see I'm kind of shaping the tree like a bonsai. I want it to kind of grow down so I can always reach the apples on it. This one can come out here and and have this as a low, so kids can pick the apple trees. Here's the project that I was working on today. So one of the cool things in Japan is you can claim or use public land if it's not being used. That's by a river. So I like to maintain this. This is all resource right here. Okay? Sorry for the wind. So I'm putting in my eel farm, and I'm actually going to make this my potatoes. I'm going to grow potatoes down here. You'll notice when I weed whack, I leave the flowers right in there. All of this now is material that I can bring down here. And one of the local guys drops off stuff here. I'm going to use all of his stuff here, all these cuttings. I'm going to do what's basically a no-till garden. I'm going to put all this, basically what I'm going to do is dig a hole here. This is actually going to be the bed right here in the middle because it's the highest point, it's the driest point. All this water is going to roll down here, so this becomes a swale down in here. As it rains, the water comes down here, so there's plenty of water under here. Also, I don't know what someone's been burning stuff. Look, there's styrofoam and stuff in here, so I need to clean up all this crap here. Look at this good black dirt. That dirt down there is really nice, but there are parts of maybe this is a burn peel. I got to check it out. Now I'm not growing in there, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to be using all that material and all this material. I'm going to dig a hole. I'm going to put all this green stuff in the hole. I'm going to bury all this stuff. This was known as hugel bed. Down here, I'm cutting it and putting all this ground cover down. And this here is my eel farm. So my eel farm, unagi, there's huge unagi that come here. I was using that over there, and some fuckers, you know, pulled up my traps, took my traps. So I'm putting them right here next to my house, so I can come out every morning, every weekend. I'll cut this down, and you know, get that done. So yeah, I've been weed whacking, and let them drop their stuff off. I can use it, maintain this. I'm gonna put a stake in here and get my eel traps. I'm gonna make some eel traps. I may have to go to the beach. I want to find some of the little squid openings, and I put them on the end. And you'll see what I do. This is like a second generation eel trap that I want to make. You can see my videos. I think I have videos somewhere if you type in foundup eel trap. So I'm gonna make like 5 of them, throw them out in here, right, and see if I can catch some eels. Yeah. Just some tubing with rebar in it, so it sinks with the caps on it, with the middle piece to put the food in. Really simple. I mean, probably less than $10 to make instead of going out and buying a fucking expensive eel trap. So that's what I'm working on. And I've decided, well, I just, you know, I'm one guy trying to launch, you know, you probably said, what's happening to your forking of Desocial. Someone else has to do it. All my stuff is open source, so I'm not interested in these big. I mean, I get interested in it, but then I'm like, oh fuck, it's just me. I couldn't get my CTO. He's got his job, he got his family, he's got his work. It's kind of like, you know, I put the idea out there. You know, the solution for ushering social beneficial capitalism is there. If anyone wants to kind of understand it, reach out to me. But it's pretty simple to me. You know, you create a new kind of DAO called a day that simply sequesters Bitcoin and issues out a dividend. So, you know, because it tracks and ties your wallet to the day. And as this kind of autonomous DAO that has no voting, no nothing initially, until it reaches a certain size, then those things activate. That's also a smart contract. You can code it all out, and I'm not a coder. So, you know, if someone's interested in doing a day or want me to consult with them and help them with it, feel free to reach out. But, you know, I'm going to focus on, I'm getting older, and I need to lose weight. I'm fat. I really need to get off meat. You know, I'd like to become, you know, more vegan. What do they call that? There's something called, there was a cool word for someone who basically is a periodic vegan. But anyway, so that's what I'm working on. Playing Word Online, a game. But yeah, I'll do another video. I'm gonna work on this today. Mikey has his barbecue celebration, so I gotta do barbecue today. My little $10 barbecue that I made. Anyway, so yeah, this is it right here. Give you another view. So that's gonna be my little Nagi area. I'm just gonna put potatoes out here, and then use all this stuff, use all this. And this cool thing here is like all this is like you cut it every weekend, and there's ground cover to put around. You know, it's like, you know, use the weeds. It's a resource. It's like constant green stuff, and use it to cover the ground to stop stuff from growing, and you know, and plus me walking on and stuff like that should be you know, should be nice. And try to save the plants. And I'll do.